Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Married at First Sight Unfiltered. I'm your host, Jamie Otis, and tonight I'm joined by Taylor, Derek, and Dr. Pepper Schwartz. Taylor and Derek, welcome to Unfiltered for the very first time.
Thank you.
Hey. All right, well, let's dive into the latest episode. Last week, we finally got to see our couples tie the knot. But before we go there, let's check in on how Taylor was feeling before walking down the aisle. Roll that clip.
Can't quite explain how I'm feeling.
I can't wait to meet my future husband, and I quickly fall in love with him. This is what I've wanted. I've always wanted somebody I can call my own, a soulmate that I could spend the rest of my life with, I can travel with, and do even normal day-to-day things, like hold hands and walk my dog. And I'm like so happy I could like tear up, but I just don't want to ruin all my makeup going on here. But I'm so excited.
Oh, you look beautiful. It is moments before you walk down the aisle. How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
This is the most nervous I've ever been in my life.
What is the thing that you're most nervous about?
It was really hard trying to narrow down like a physical, because that's not really big to me. So I just don't know what he's gonna look like. I have no idea.
Derek?
Yeah?
What are your concerns before walking down the aisle?
Honestly, who am I going to share the rest of my life with? Like, this is not for more than just 9 weeks. This is for hopefully forever. So who's going to be my partner in life? And will they be able to laugh at my jokes? I don't know.
That's questionable.
Right?
So, Derek, you also had your wedding last week.
Yeah.
Before you met your wife, a very special person paid you a visit. Play the clip.
I am so happy. My mom, she just flew from Uruguay just to come back to my wedding.
When I first told my mom that I was getting married at first sight, she was not supportive.
It means the world to me that my mom is here, but I still don't know if she will support me.
You know, because I told you so many times that you are my life.
I know.
That you are my blessing. And you have always been my rock. And I don't want to lose you.
You will not lose me, and you never will.
I just want your bride to like me. And if she really knows you in the way I know you, she will be deeply in love with you, because besides being so handsome, you have a heart that is pure gold.
Thank you.
I'm sure this is going to be perfect for him. Mother instinct is telling me that. I know it.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you. I love you.
Thank you so much.
I love you.
Honestly,
Are you crying, Pepper?
It's very touching.
Yes.
You know, it really is. I mean, I go from my expert heart to my parent heart, you know, and my mom's heart. And that kind of scene between a son and a mom is just wonderful.
I feel like you're getting emotional, too.
So I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, watching that, I definitely got a little emotional. Knowing that she was supportive of this when I know at first she wasn't. And I never really wanted to be in a marriage where I don't have my family supporting me, especially with a process as crazy as this. But having that unconditional love really meant a lot.
So sweet. So sweet. I hope that you get that with your future wife. You deserve it.
Thank you.
All right, Taylor, I know that your family was a bit skeptical of this experiment.
They found me a match, and I'm gonna be married in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Whew. It's a lot to take in. All right, Mom?
I'm nervous about it. I don't know. I'm not necessarily against it, but I guess it just depends on who the young man is. You know, there have been arranged marriages for years. Some work, some don't.
My mom and my aunt, they thought I was crazy. They were like, what are you doing? When I started, I don't think they knew how much I really wanted to be a wife, and how much this is gonna mean for me, and how much this is gonna change my life for the better. But, you know, same with Derek. I kind of explained the process, and they came around. And I was so happy because I needed them to do this and move forward.
Dr. Pepper, what can you say to the parents who have a lot of reservations about this process? How can you put them at ease?
Part of it is letting go. It's sort of like being a handrail. You don't need it to go up the stairs, but if you decide you do need it, the handrail's right there. And I think that's the way I would encourage the parent to be. Your child needs your love and your support. You're all on this new journey together, and embrace it, because what's your other choice? If you don't embrace it, you distance yourself from your child, because they're going to do this.
Yes.
And you don't want to distance your child, ever.
Okay, everyone, we have to take a quick break, but coming up, we're getting into Taylor and Derek's wedding ceremonies, so don't go anywhere. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm chatting with Taylor, Derek, and Dr. Pepper Schwartz, and tonight we're talking all about the weddings. All right, guys, you ready to watch some ceremonies?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Derek, you're up first. Let's see how your wedding went last week.
My name's Derek, by the way.
I'm Katie.
Pleasure.
Derek, Katie's family and friends would like you to know that Katie loves with everything she has and doesn't give up. She is diabetic, so when her blood sugar gets low, she can't be held responsible for how she acts or what she eats.
Fair enough.
We're not strangers anymore.
I know, right?
That is so sweet. How does it feel, Derek, now that you finally met your wife?
As soon as she walked down the aisle, I just had this moment. It's like, all right, I can do this. Like, I can. It's just that instant relief, because I was just the most nervous and like scared was when I was just sitting at the altar. It's like, okay, who's gonna come around that corner?
Yeah, and then you see all her side, and you're like, what is she gonna look like?
I was trying to do mental math and everything. I'm like, I don't know.
You learned a lot about Katie during your vows.
I think the thing that stood out the most was the diabetes.
Oh, yeah?
Because, I mean, I know a little bit about it, and so it's just kind of like, all right, this is something I got to figure out. I need to learn about this stuff. I think the first job that I have as a husband is making sure I can keep my wife alive. So I wanted to figure that out.
Okay, so Derek, on the subject of Katie's diabetes, I wanted to ask you about something that Katie mentioned 2 episodes ago.
Because I've been a type 1 diabetic since I was like 10 or 11. It's a bigger risk for me to get pregnant as I get older, so I want to have kids sooner rather than later.
So does hearing that right there make you nervous at all?
Yeah. It definitely made me a little nervous. Like, I definitely want kids. I'd like a couple kids, but I'd like to wait a couple years before that. So I guess it's just figuring out how soon is soon.
Taylor, what were your first impressions of Katie and Derek as a couple after watching them in that clip?
Oh my gosh, so sweet, so sweet. First, Derek, your smile when you saw Katie, you could light up a room. I could tell you were truly happy. That was just so really sweet to watch. I would have never known that you guys were strangers watching that.
Yeah, that was actually one of the interesting things for me, is like there was that kind of that instant kind of connection where like, I mean, we are strangers, but I'm okay with looking in your eyes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, moving on. Let's see how Taylor's wedding went last week.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much.
Brandon, I invite you to share your vows with Taylor
first
at this time.
All right. Well, y'all, please excuse me. I'm not really good at giving speeches after having a few panic attacks, but I'm gonna make it through this. My only hope is moving forward from today is that we smile, laugh, dream, and grow together.
So nice.
I wrote that myself.
Yeah?
I now, by the power invested in me by God.
You know what time it is?
Oh, wait. He's trying to take me away.
He gonna take away from all this.
Oh, he didn't get the rice?
You got a little early there, but
That's it.
You got
That's
carried
what I
away.
know.
you may now call yourselves those cherished names, husband and wife. And now, Brandon, you may kiss your bride.
Oh,
What do you do?
Yeah.
cheers. Thanks. After
All right, I gotta know, Taylor, how was the first kiss and the second kiss with your new husband?
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy because like last week I was just telling the girls like, I don't know, I'm not gonna kiss him. You know, if I'm not attracted to him, I'm not gonna kiss him.
How are you feeling about the kiss then at the altar?
I'm nervous about that. I'm not like nervous about the kiss. I want to like him, and I want like I want to feel that spark. I want to, but it's just like, I don't know. If he's somebody that like I'm into, possibly he might get lucky on the kiss. Not the kiss. Oh, you changed already.
Not only did I kiss him once, but twice.
Yeah, in like 1 minute.
They were both pretty good too.
So what was your first thought when you saw him standing at the end of the altar?
I was like, wow, he's attractive. I didn't specify a type, and here he is. Like, you guys are better than I thought.
We'll take that.
All right, guys, it's time for another break. But when we return, the couples are popping bottles for their champagne toast. See you back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm hanging out with Taylor, Derek, and Dr. Pepper tonight. After their wedding ceremony last week, Jessica and Austin shared a champagne toast and had their first ever conversation as husband and wife. And let's just say their quirkiness was on full display. Roll the clip.
Oh my gosh, they're made for each other. What nerds? How corny are they? Oh my gosh.
It's so perfect.
corny.
Even I warm up whenever I see that. Oh.
Her laugh, what is that? Yeah. I love it so much. I'm like, what is that? But I need to hear more. I need to hear more of it. I love it. I love her so much. Oh my gosh.
And the fact that she just like laughs at everything he does, it's like you can tell she's into him, right?
Right. Super, like, you can tell like they're a little bit nervous, but how they both have the same way of coping with it. Like they're both corny. They both need to make jokes. They get each other's humor like right off the bat.
Do you think that Austin is definitely into Jessica? Derek, what do you think?
I think he is. I mean, you could see him kind of being like a little socially awkward with like, refreshing and all that stuff. Like, I think he's doing that kind of just to fill in the gap. He's not really sure what to do.
Yeah. Derek, last week you went from single to husband to dog dad. Let's see what you and Katie learned about each other last week. Roll the clip.
So do you have a dog?
Technically, no.
Okay.
My roommate has a dog, and I'm literally at like stage 4 out of 5 of stealing the dog away from me. Yes.
Because my puppy needs a dad. So that would be you.
All right, hell yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
So I do cybersecurity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm a therapist for a living.
Okay.
I'm a child therapist, but I'm also in grad school.
Funny you mentioned that. I also just started grad school.
So we can study together.
We can study together.
Perfect. I'm feeling good about this already.
Yeah, we just made study plans. Wow, we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
You just got yourself a study buddy.
Yeah. Perfect. I got a dog, a study buddy. Like, this is perfect. I was just expecting a wife, but I got so many other things with it.
Derek, do you feel like you and Katie have a lot of similarities already?
From as far as I can tell, yes. I mean, granted, we've only had like 2 moments really, like, maybe just 10, 15 minutes of just being ourselves away from all of our family. And we're both nervous, but crazy and happy.
Dr. Pepper, there's a popular saying the opposites attract. But what role do similarities play between a husband and a wife?
Well, I think people are attracted by something that's different from them, but they feel love when they feel there's enough similarity to build on and to create a foundation for life together. So I often think even if there is something opposite that attracts you, be careful there's enough similarity to back it up.
Right. That makes perfect sense. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break, but up next, we're getting into some of the more awkward moments of the weddings. Stay right there. Hey guys, we are back with more Unfiltered. I'm your host, Jamie Otis, and I've been getting the scoop about the weddings with Taylor, Derek, and Dr. Pepper. Taylor, last week you shared your first dance with your husband. Let's watch that back.
We're gonna 2-step because I can't dance, y'all.
It's like all in the way.
Sunday morning, boy, you're laying warm next to me.
sight.
It's so sad. You guys didn't teach him.
Sorry, very awkward.
Yeah, don't be awkward. It's okay. You're good. Don't be awkward.
Always good.
Yeah, don't be awkward.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You look good.
Yeah, I try.
Okay, that was hard to Okay, Taylor, we have a viewer question for you.
Okay.
Jen from California writes, Taylor, what's it like dancing on national television with someone who has zero rhythm? Jen, way to be light.
Oh my gosh. No, she's absolutely right. So awkward. And it's just like, I don't even know how to make it less awkward. I was just threw it out there. I was like, you guys did not teach this man how to dance. They didn't.
He was cool about it, right? He carried on.
He told us from the beginning he couldn't dance. And honestly, that went in like one ear and out the other until I saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Somebody really
you really can't. You really, really can't. Really.
Derek, how about you and Katie with your first dance?
You're doing great. I'm glad you're leading. You're doing great.
Yeah. I think I've only done this maybe 3 times.
How was that?
It felt good. I always knew for my wedding I'd have to know how to dance. And side tangent, it was middle school when I was in drama and I had to do a little dancing scene on the stage, and I realized, like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I'm just making a fool. I had her leading me the entire time, so at that point in time, I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to do this for later on in life.
Yeah, yeah.
You should have gave that advice to my husband.
All right. Well, it's been fascinating getting to know more about each of your weddings. Now it's time to see what happens tonight on a brand new episode of Married at First Sight.
Next time on Married at First Sight.
She needs fire.
So what is the fire?
You want to her down or what?
If you've reached the zipper, we're at the end game there.
As far as sex goes, I mean, I think anything can happen.
Yeah. You got to help me get out of this stress.
Oh, my goodness. The physical chemistry is there. I'm very attracted to my wife. I'm ready for y'all to go away so I can go holler at her.
And the final 2 couples will walk down the aisle to marry a complete stranger.
Ooh, I'm really, really nervous. This isn't going to be my dream come true.
Oh my goodness, I'm shaking. My leg is literally shaking. Oh my goodness, I can't. Can you get married like this? I literally can't.
Yeah. Taylor and Derek, now that you can take a breath, what is it that you're most looking forward to?
Now that I'm a married woman, I just am looking forward to getting to know my husband, which is like backwards in a way, but yeah, I'm excited.
In a way, entirely. How about for you, Derek?
Kind of exactly what Taylor was saying. Just looking forward to actually getting to know them. Let me figure out, why are we such a good match? I want to find out why this person is so special.
Absolutely. Taylor, Derek, Dr. Pepper, thank you guys so much for joining me here tonight. And to everyone at home, stay right where you are because an all-new episode of Married at First Sight starts right now.